Hello YouTube, welcome back to Factorio Tutorial Series Episode 10, pre-rocket launch. So we are about 33% through our rocket silo, and we were told in the comments that we made a mistake yesterday. These refineries do not work. They have worked a little bit, but now they're not outputting anymore. The reason for that is these outputs are actually wrong. If you look here, there's heavy oil, and this is a petroleum input. So we're going to remove all these pipes. We're gonna reset this up here. So petroleum is supposed to be 3 long, and heavy oil is supposed to be 1 long, and that fixes the problem there. Nope, I just did the exact same thing again. That's okay though. These things do happen. So heavy is like that, and petroleum is 1. My bad. Yeah, thank you for that comment. Telling me that I still make mistakes, even with this much time played in Factorio. It's still a thing. Especially when you set up really quick. That's why it's nice to have a clean setup so you can actually see where your mistakes are and what went wrong. So now everything is hooked up properly there. Next thing I want to check for a second here is see how our pump jacks are doing. And they look like they're good. We have a lot of oil still. They're still going, and they outputting quite a bit. So our refinery setup is good as it currently stands. We do need to start making parts for our rocket, and we are going to jump onto that right now. So we're going to start making rocket fuel. Step number 1. Our light oil cracking is not quite fast enough, so we're actually going to use the light oil as well to make some solid fuel. And with that solid fuel, we can make some rocket fuel. Maybe we'll connect them like this. So these are all going to be light fuel, solid fuel, sorry, on the light oil. I'll grab some more pipes here too before we do this operation. And then we're going to connect this all the way up there. And we're going to start using the light oil a little heavier. Petroleum is kind of keeping up. We make a lot of solid fuel, so it's kind of fine that we're running out of everything. And that's what starts happening when your factory gets near this pre-rocket launch point. Everything starts running out everywhere. And I think that's a good sign. I think that means you're utilizing everything. Last thing you want is your factory kind of just sitting there idle, not doing anything. So we'll say kudos for the factory working. Power is still fine. By clicking on a power line, it shows you the grid. These guys are all getting fuel. Everyone's happy over there. And now I have my light oil line. But yes, mistakes are half the fun. Sometimes when you make a few interesting mistakes, you actually learn new building techniques. Wouldn't be the first time I've done something wrong and then made a interesting discovery because of it. Mostly with belt mechanics and such. It just helps you understand kind of how mechanics work when you make mistakes. We'll actually go this way with it. That way we can have another mirrored side on the exact opposite side. So we can copy that and just flip it right there. And this will be our fuel line right there. This will start working. It didn't auto-rotate the building. Too bad. That goes there. Kind of confusing setup here, actually. When you have 100 buildings all facing certain directions, and they all kind of look exactly the same. We actually don't have any power lines left anymore. Okay, so this is going to be for our rocket fuel. And now we need these. Have I not teched rocket fuel? Is it made in an assembler? Am I just that out of it? Definitely am. And then this also needs light oil. Now these guys are slow. Productivity in this is not a bad idea. You could add a circuit here to make it so that these get priority light oil, and then this will get the backup so that these always work. But if this doesn't have light oil, it's going to jam this up because no one's consuming the solid fuel blocks, and then it's going to back up this light oil so that this building gets light oil. So either way, without any circuits, this setup will work one way or the other, whether it wants to or not. It doesn't need a smart circuit setup to make it work. Because of how it's set up, it has to work once one thing backlogs on the other. And now we got a rocket fuel. We might run the rocket fuel the exact opposite side of the factory. So sometimes you don't need circuits. Circuits are kind of nice to set up, but sometimes it's redundant when the factory itself will kind of auto-regulate, I guess you could say. R to rotate. Quickly throw a couple more of these. And you can already tell how slow they are. Haven't made any yet. And this is used for our rocket, obviously. We'll grab this belt. Gonna run this over. We have the doors open for our dogs today, our deck door. And now we got a couple flies in the house, and they're fast and furious. Gonna put a speed limit on them. They're whipping around the basement. Crazy, crazy flies. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's experienced that. There's one fly in the entire house, and it's trying to fly as fast as possible. I'd say as fast as humanly possible, but that doesn't make sense for a fly, so. And there we go. Got this cliff kind of in the way, but not really. We'll just do that. Grab a few more undergrounds. Can't quite span that gap. I want the rocket fuel over here somewhere. I don't want to cut through the entire forest. It'll take too long. Time is money, friend. I think that's what the goblins say in World of Warcraft. Time is money, friends. I don't know why that line is kind of standing out in my head for some reason, but it is. Next item we're going to build after this is going to be rocket control units. Now this is where all your resources go. This needs iron, 32 copper, 10 plastic, and 1 blue chip. It is just 1, but blue chips are expensive. Look at all that rocket fuel. Wow. The good thing about this setup, though, is it's super easy to expand. So we might not have a lot right now, and we know for a fact we're going to need more. But it'll take 2 seconds to add up more. The hard part is just making it work first. In this line, we want to run to the end of the bus. Down here somewhere. On the mini-map, you can see where we're going. Where we're going, we don't need bots. This will go right here. It's kind of a set, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Maybe we'll put it right in there, the rocket silo. Looks like a great spot. As good as any. I do have a bit of a backlog of blue chips, which is absolutely fantastic. Right there. We'll have the belt run there. Next is we are going to get some more assemblers, because we need literally all the assemblers money can buy. What else do we need for this? Fast inserters, not likely. It's so slow anyways. The craft time of this is 30 seconds a craft. So you are going to want a lot of buildings. Slow as molasses. And there we go. Slow as molasses. Gotta love the trees, but at the same time you gotta hate the trees. Always in the way. There we go. Step 1 of rocket control units. Might as well. Might as well. We're already here. Grab some more copper. Copper is... Even with all the expansion we did, it's still struggling. We go look at our smeltery here. So we now... Oh, I guess it's just not pulling it properly. It's sort of-ish working. So what we might want to do with this line here is have this one connect into the main bus. So we get a nice saturated line there. It's almost working, but just not quite. And we're going to start pulling more with rocket control units and low density structure. We'll use the upgrade planner on this, make this go a bit faster. This low density structure is actually using pretty much all of it. Everything is being utilized. We're going to grab this and run that copper line up. This is like a dead end line currently. That was okay for when we were setting that up, but now we need more. We'll make the bots build it. Just do something like that. So it has 2 inputs here. So after half of it's used over here, it's going to go over there. We do have this trying to go as a blue line. We'll unclick that. And now we have a ton of copper. So now this up here will have all the copper it could ever want. Fixing problems one step at a time. And then we need blue chips. Speed modules here. We do not make speed modules yet. But that shouldn't take us long to get the speed module set up. They are red chips and green chips. They're exact same as the setup here. Actually, the exact same chips as this here. We can make the bots build this. It appears as if the bots are trying to provide me the resources I demand. Right there. So now we're making rocket fuel, and we're going to be making low density structure and rocket control units, so we are making everything we need to build the rocket. This will be blue chips, speed modules, I guess you should say. It's kind of backwards, but I generally would want the green chip on the inside because it needs more green than red, but because this can get upgraded to fast, but this can't get upgraded anymore. Long arm inserter is what it is. So you'll see the item it demands more of. So you see it needs, actually it just needs 5 and 5. For some reason I was thinking it needs more. Well, then it works perfectly. Beautiful. Not sure what I'm thinking of then. I have no idea what I was thinking of. And then we can just run this right there. And now you can see the red chips aren't keeping up anymore. Blue chips aren't keeping up. Red chips aren't keeping up. And then we make the chip keep up for a minute, and then we just start pulling more. Building a 3. I need a couple of 3s. I need 4 3s. We'll handcraft those where they're waiting. Now the speed modules are being made and the rocket control units are being made. We could put productivity modules in them. That would actually be very beneficial. So we'll steal all the productivities out of these buildings. I don't want all the train tracks, but... And productivity is not crafting very fast right now. We're going to go add to our red chip collection here. Make more red. So we're actually on schedule right now to launch under 8 hours, which is kind of neat. If I type time, we're 6 hours and 40 minutes. So we need to be able to launch our rocket in 1 hour and 19 minutes. With rocket silo almost teched, so. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I should be able to do that. Should be feasible. As long as nothing crazy happens with biters or something, then I think we'll be okay. Build a few more of these. The speeds are building in my inventory and they're so slow. We're going to go up here and we're going to make some more red chips. We're going to do this. Grab that. Paste it down. I'm just looking at the undergrounds and seeing how I can weave it here. So Control V to grab it again. Just like that. Wouldn't mind another Roboport here. So we're missing a few items I don't have automated. So I dropped the requester chest right there. So I can give them some assembly machines. So I can finish up the build. I can hover over here again and see exactly what we're missing. Just assembly machines still. And that's where bots are so beautiful. And then we can just grab another stamp of that. This is a unique stamp to our playthrough. And now we just expanded our red chips by a lot. How many? I don't even know. I think I went to here earlier. So we had 11 assemblers working on it. And now we have another. So we just doubled that side. $500. I might not tech that yet. I was kind of thinking that might be nice to get, but if we want to get this rocket in the sky, we're going to actually stop teching. Look at those green chips just vanished. With that pull. Ate them all. What we can do there is we can add some more greens. Look at that. Copper is just being decimated. Love it. That is such a good sign. It just means productivity has reached an all-time high. I'm going to grab some of these. I'll make another Roboport, and we're going to make some more processing here. We're going to need more copper. After the copper, it's going to be an immediate... We're going to need more iron. It kind of doubles back on itself. So copper will be pretty easy for me to upscale quickly. This will double the speed of all these buildings. I just need to make sure the inserters can actually drop them. It looks like not all of them can, which is a problem. So we can do that. We'll upgrade all of this here. So we're looking at the building outputs, and some of these buildings are not able to output their product, which means we need to build or upgrade the belts to red or make another throughway. They should be coming to build that. There they come. Another way of doing this instead of how I did it was make it yellow because I had yellow inserters and then upgrade planner on top of it. There's multiple ways to skin the cat, as they would say. Not sure whoever skins a cat, but apparently it's a saying. Now we have one fully saturated line, and this should be saturated up here as well. 2 full lines of copper. I'm going to assume it's going to be close to enough. And then we're going to add some more green chip production. Just like that. Easy. And that's how amazing bots are. I already built this design. I don't need to reinvent the wheel right now for our playthrough. I just copy what I have, and it goes across. I'm not a big advocate of importing blueprints from an old playthrough, unless you maybe nuclear or something, but I am a huge advocate of setting up like that. I think that's just a phenomenal way of building it. If I want to reinvent the wheel, I can, but I don't have to. And that is amazing. So now it looks like, again, we're saturated here. So we're going to add another entire belt through here. And now with Ghost Planner, you can ghost place the item. Now, why so much? Because we keep adding these green chips here. And because green chips are so expensive. And we know that for a fact. We'll do that. And now I'm aware that this is backwards, so we cut that and paste that like that. And now we have this guy here. We can grab a small sample size of it. And just paste down a few buildings if we wanted to. Might be missing a couple items in it, the setup. So you're going to have to monitor it closely when you kind of manipulate a blueprint like that. It's actually, yeah, no, it's okay, I guess. We can just run the iron line, looping it around. Then having another entire row here of green chips. Green, green, green. So now this actually is backwards. So we'll cut that, and we'll paste like that. Now we have this entire line. We can just paste the whole line down. We might move this RoboPort over one tile or two, and then paste some more blueprints down. Now we have another input of green chips here. We might skip the bus on this. Circumvent the bus, I guess. Run it underneath. And we know we need it right into there. So if we can cut it up right here. The rocket silo is going to be right here, so we don't want to be on top of the rocket silo. A little bit of planning. You don't have to do a ton of planning, but just to kind of know where some items are going to be. And that's how little rocket fuel we've made so far. Such a small amount. It's going to go right here. We want it to go right into that splitter. There we go. So those are building, and then the green chips will get up here. And then if they're up there, then we get more red chips. Rocket control units have been building, I believe. They're all bottled up inside, if you would. And there's our rocket control units. And their beautiful green water. I really like that graphic change. So the green water was new with 1.0. Used to just be water. And now it's green water because it's so polluted. I think it's a neat feature. So that's set up there. Good. Biters are kind of expanding a little bit over there, but they're leaving us alone for right now. I'm surprised we haven't got attacked yet, but It happens. It'll happen when it happens. So we got those, and then we need low density structure. It looks like the power grid is struggling again. We're about to get the achievement of not having built any solar power for our playthrough, so we'll continue on that quest. Build some more of these guys. I do have 3 of those. I need 1 more. Productivity 4 modules. I will not turn the rocket silo on until it has productivity 4 modules in it. Light oil is super backed up on me. I do not have another roboport. I was thinking I had another roboport. I could stamp all that down there. But I need roboports. Let's grab a roboport or 2. We're going to cancel that craft. Just because I want the roboports sooner. I'm going to place some more steam down here. So we know we need this to build faster. We need pretty much everything to build faster, but that especially. Destroy the environment just a little bit more here. So these are staggered so you can fit a power line in between the building. I don't always set up like this, but it is a viable strategy. Place that there. We need another water pump. Water pump incoming. And there we go. Water pump incoming. And we still haven't built the water pump yet. We're still just finishing up that craft. Just slow, slow, slow. There we go. Beautiful. Throw that onto there. Just 1 steam engine short for the setup. So hard to see what's going on here. We did a very good job with the steam graphic there. How many more did we just add? 12. 24, so half of a power grid. Still not enough. Wow. Is the power grid even connected? This new setup is not connected. That would not be the first or the last time I would do that. Build this beautiful setup and not connect the power grid. You can generally tell by how they're looking if they're actually working or not. I didn't look at the auditory visual indicators there. Do I want bots for this? Maybe, but I could probably just build it myself faster. It's almost built already. So close. And I can save my roboports for something else. And I just need 3 more assembly machines. Half them working. Or 4 more, rather. The best part about having your oil on a smart cracking setup is you can quickly hover over and see how your oils are doing. And our light oil is still not being pulled enough. So we're going to have to do something about that. Make it so we pull more oil. Grab some of these dudes. Pull more light oil. Petroleum is okay. It's kind of fluctuating. Heavy oil is being cracked. You just don't want the heavy oil. It doesn't benefit you whatsoever. But the light oil is, even with this setup, we're not pulling enough of it. But I feel like if we keep building more of these, we will be fine on the light oil. So I can do this again. Now this kind of side feeds on itself, so you could just do... I'll push it over one more. Actually, that would have been perfectly fine like that. Just like that, and then this line goes around. Like that. Just need to grab some more belts, some more assemblers. I will place down everything I can place down myself. Just so I know what I'm missing here. Which is probably a lot, but... I did just build another 20 assemblers. So we're missing inserters, we're missing power lines, and a couple pipes. Beautiful. It's getting there. Rocket fuel should be quadrupling its production right now. Rocket silos at about 75%. And we have still time to spare. Power grid is... It's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Build some more of these dudes. Grab some assemblers, grab some belts. And start buffering our rocket fuel. Next will be low density. We have not touched the low density, but low density was making enough that the rocket silo was happy with it, so... I'm not, or that the science was happy with it. So when we stop sciencing, all that low density is going to go towards a rocket. So that's one reason why I do these two things first. Rocket control units and rocket fuel before I do low density. I didn't grab inserters. It's always one thing or the other, right? I'm giving a tell of where I'm from. By saying A. Hanging out in southwestern Ontario. Good old Canada, eh? Grab some of those. I'm gonna make some fast inserters too here. Grab that stack. Fast inserters are always good to have on hand. Run all the way up north. Finish our gargantuan rocket fuel setup. I feel like it's pretty big. It feels big anyways. Looks cool. This is a new design I have done. I have historically not done a design like this, where the fluids carry all the way through like that. I feel it's a fun little setup. Interesting anyways. And then we'll see if our solid fuel makes it all the way through, which I assume it will because these are so slow. Such a slow item. For a moment there, it looked like the fuel was the line was empty, but looks like they're all crafting. Everyone's happy. So now we have 32 assemblers making rocket fuel. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. I don't actually know what the proper ratio is for how much rocket fuel you need for the first ever rocket. It's always kind of slow and you just need more. Another item we do need that we do not have yet is concrete. You need concrete for your rocket silo itself proper. So we are going to... Look at that. Look at all that pulling. Oh, down here is not working yet. Oops. You had one job. I could have hovered over here and known that, actually. This says it needs 16 more and 32 more. We'll go find a chest quickly, a passive provider. Make some more assemblers. These should really be automated at this point in my life. But can't win them all. Another somewhat decent idea to do is have a chest that's full of gears. Notice one of the things you craft the most of is always gears. Having a chest full of gears is always a good idea. Doggo's going crazy. They almost made it through a whole video. So he's got the logistic zones here, the red, or the orange and the green. Connect it to our green here. Put those there. Grab that like that. Build a few more. I think that should be almost enough for that new setup there. Copper is kind of backing up. Iron looks like it's not keeping up anymore. Not surprised. I do want to check our low density for a moment. How much low density do we actually build? I don't even know where it is. Where is the low density? Right here. Just a very, very small amount of them. That might be something we also want to expand right now. So you can build remotely with your bots. It's a little bit difficult at times to build like this, but it is an option. When you remove stuff, building remotely is really the big problem. Not so much a problem when you're just building straight up, but when you remove items, you have to kind of wait for the bots to do their thing. And that can be a bit of a problem. That goes there, that goes there. And we can grab one more array of this. So we want the assembler like that. Can we fit it in here? I think we actually can. I think we can. There is space. Go like that. Then the inserters are working there. Good. I believe we might need some more assemblers again. It just needs productivity modules. Productivity modules for some reason are not in the grid. That's okay. So we built entirely remotely on radar view there. Definitely doable. Do I like it? I don't know. If you play a mod called A Brave New World, it's all done remotely like that. You actually don't have a character in that playthrough. Kind of neat. It's kind of a neat setup. This is not keeping up anymore. I can see our input line here is just a bit too slow. Let's upgrade all those to red. These buildings aren't able to offload. That's how I can tell it's too slow. It's not that slow, though. It's missing 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 buildings aren't able to offload. So it's not horrible. It's not good that happens, but it's not horrible. Our iron is just not enough anymore. These guys don't have power, but you're noticing they're not getting... They're actually not getting iron anymore. And we do need iron for our concrete, which was actually kind of one of the things I wanted to build. That's the last item I need for the rocket silo. That's not automated. Concrete. Very simple to build. It's just iron, stone bricks, and water. Everything is kind of right here except for the water. Could I run a water line in here easily? I don't know. We have water over there. It's pretty far away, though. I would rather not run a water line everywhere, and I'd rather run belts everywhere. But for this specific example, I think we're actually just going to run the water line. It's just going to be so much easier. I used to be pretty adverse as to pipes. I used to hate pipes. Pipes are kind of a weird mechanic in Factorio. It's not hard, but they feel moderately intimidating. The first time you ever set up your first pipes, it's a very different mechanic than belts. Belts, you can see the resource on it. They're kind of doing their thing. Has a nice visual indicator. But pipes, you don't have that. It's very, either it works or it doesn't, and you can't really sometimes tell why. So sometimes having pipes everywhere is kind of annoying, but I just don't want to turn the belt here. Just run it straight forever. That goes there, and that goes there. Beautiful. Now we got water coming in. And then we just need our 2 inserters to grab the iron ore and the stone brick, and then we're making our concrete. And I believe we need 1,000 for the rocket silo. 1,000 concrete, 200 blue chips, 1,000 steel, 200 electric engines, and 100 pipes. So have all of that building except for the concrete. So that's right there. You're right there. I think what we're going to do is, this doesn't have enough here. There's just not going to be enough on that line. And we do need the concrete in a somewhat soon time frame. Like that. And then right here, we'll limit this chest to 1,000. So yes, we are pulling everything here, but it'll stop eventually on us. So now we're building the concrete. So we have everything we need now for the rocket silo. Copper itself as a whole is not keeping up anymore. Might run another mining drill setup there quickly for copper. But I do think iron is worse. Iron is up over here or there. We haven't actually outposted to it. That might be our goal for next playthrough, our next session, is to make that happen. So now we actually make everything we need for the rocket. We'll go look over at our rocket materials here. What's actually accumulated for us. We have our, should have our 4 productivities, yeah. 4 productivity 3 modules hiding on us. We have 100, 200, 300, maybe 100 and something of those waiting, and maybe 50 rocket control units. You can even tell how slow they are right now. So slow. And the red chips are coming, but they're also incredibly slow as well. Low density structure is building now. And red chips are just slow. There's no other reason for it. You could double this up here. Just keep slamming this down. I think is what we'll keep doing here. They're just slow. We just need more. Give me more. The bots will do the flight of the Valkyries there and drop all the items off. And then they'll yell at me what we're missing here. Apparently nothing right now. Which I find shocking. I can push L for logistics. And it'll show me I have 12 assembler machines in my setup. That could be why. And then if we still think we need more, grab another stamp of this. And we just make the longest section ever. Just keep going. Let's go forever. As long as you can provide for them. And just hover down here, see what you're missing. Still missing nothing. Everything's keeping up. The plastic, the green chips are keeping up. We just need more red chips. They're just so slow. We go to productivity over the period of 10 minutes. Actually, we'll go over the period of an hour and see. So we were initially making 143. Now we're making 218. And we're about to double it again. So we'll probably be around 400 red chips. And it's still too slow. Still too slow. We added 4 more of these. These are just eating all the resources, if you couldn't tell. They are hungry. Actually, no copper anymore. You thought we had enough copper. We definitely didn't. Now it comes down to outposting. Just need more outposting to make more everything. Rocket silo's almost done. I can go look at the sciences and see if we're high or low on anything. And then we'll take it from there. But yes, it's more outposting. We use everything we make. All the iron's being used. The copper's being used. The power's being used. Blue science is good. We're just missing yellow science. which makes sense because yellow science is very expensive. These guys are missing a power line or two. Remotely place those. You go look over the yellow science. It's just slow, and they're missing low density structure. It's just slow, but it's almost done. So, and that's why you put the productivity in it, because the items are so expensive, and that's what our factory's looking like right now. And we're almost there. We're so close, so close. But yeah, we'll look at time again. We're at 7 hours, so we have 49 minutes to get the rocket up in the air. I don't know if we can do it. It's going to be really, really close. But yeah, we'll stop there, and I will hopefully catch you in the next video. So thanks for watching, and this is Yamakara. Ciao for now.